Enix may have merged with Square Enix in 2003, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't celebrate their 40th anniversary. That's right. In 1975, this monstrous company formed. Of course, it started off with non-games, but in '82 they started going into games. So, in this huge project I have gathered, I'm going to be playing through a lot of Enix games. Today, well, for part 1 I should say, I'm going to go through the 5 best non-RPGs, as they're pretty much known for RPGs. So let's get just right into it. Well, actually I just want to note the game you're watching now is pretty much one of their first games. It's called Door Door. It's not going to be part of my 5, I just thought I should mention it just because it's kind of basically the first game they've ever made. But moving on from that, let's actually get into the top 5 here. Actually, first up we have Nan Goku, Shonen, Papua Kun. And as far as I can tell, you are a martial artist ported to this weird, wacky island. You're fighting crabs, you're fighting umbrella legs, you're fighting numbers with human faces. It's a very, very weird game, but it's, you know, a simplistic platformer action game. And I kind of dig it. It's a little hard to control, but the visuals kind of get me. They kind of look like clay a little bit, and I kind of dig that without having the whole like clay fighter kind of deal. And you know, I like a weird game, and this game is pretty strange. It's based on an anime. That's about as much as I know about it. Next, we have Poppin Tanks. Like the first game on the Super Nintendo, that was Japanese only, as is this one for the PlayStation. And after playing it, I am really upset that we never got this game. Of course, you can enjoy it by importing a copy because it's not really hard to understand. There's not really a story. There is a story mode, I believe, as far as I can tell. But basically, you choose your commander of the tanks. All the tanks are all weird, and then you just have a battle royale, and all the tanks are weird. Some have flamethrowers, some have the traditional gun artillery, and it's just very colorful and fun, and it really is just, you know, it kind of feels like a fighting game, but just a head-on-head kind of a pre-Twisted Metal. Now, I don't know if this came out before Twisted Metal. I should have looked that up. Either way, it's a more colorful version of Twisted Metal, and I dig that. Then we have Rakugaki Showtime. Another amazing Japanese import with an awesome visual fanatic. It looks like you're playing a crayon drawing made up from like crumpled pieces of paper. It's essentially kind of seems like a Smash Brothers type game, but there's actually like a ball. I don't know if it's really dodgeball, but you're just kind of this frantic fighting, and like the visuals are so awesome. Again, it's another game that you really don't need to know any Japanese to enjoy. Of course, there's some menu stuff, but if you just get in there, get a guide, listen to me. If you get this game, it's super easy to jump in with some pals. It's super cool, super awesome, and it's just like, all these Enix games have just like surprised me out of the blue. Okay, let's just move on. With the Violinist of Hemmelman. Now, we're going back to the Super Famicom for this one. Again, it is for the Japanese, but this one is translated out there if you want to look it up. And it is another side-scrolling platformer. You are this violinist helping this town, and you take this girl along, seemingly, and you're just going out these levels, you're fighting monsters with the power of your awesome violin. That's cool. But oh wait, you can put that girl in like a sack and transform her into different animals. The beginning, she has like this ostrich power where you can use to go over spikes or get into high places. It's very weird, but as you progress on, you get more forms for her, and yeah, it's just another weird game that is just very, very cool. There's a reason people translated it. It's a good game. Last but not least, another long name, Wonder Project J, Kikai no Shonen Pino. Now, this is a very, very curious game. Again, another Japanese-only game that has been fan-translated. And essentially, it's basically like a take on Pinocchio. You're this kind of out-of-body voice. The fairy's basically talking to you that you gotta help this Pinocchio-type character, Pino, to go through random activities. You start off with a tutorial about how to control him. You basically click an area and he moves. If you click on a ball, he'll grab it. But there's also different ways for you to train him. Like, you can train him to do weights. Sometimes he won't listen to you, so you have to punish him. But basically, like, the first thing you gotta do is weight train him so he can throw a ball really hard at another robot. And it's just a lot of mechanics like that. It's kind of like a visual novel, but not really. It's more like a puzzle game, kind of. It's It's very weird to say the least. And there you go, 5, technically 6, games from Enix's huge library that we have not gone back to. So, on my continuation of this series, I'll be taking a look at the Western games that came over here. So, see you in the next video.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe.